Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well, which I know that this is a zero right now for views, but I'm not even worried about that. I'm just going to start talking. And if y'all flowing, y'all do. And if y'all don't, y'all can catch the replay. How's everybody been? It's been a long minute since I've been on this platform. I've been around, I've been lurking, I've been keeping up with as best as I can, at least, with everything that's been going on. Um, but yeah, I have not been on this particular page to make a live or any sort of commentary in quite some time. It's been a minute. Um, for good reason, right? I've had a lot of great things going on. I won't divulge too much information because I don't feel like I need to get up here and prove myself one way or another. But let's just say this month I will be receiving my terminal degree. And I won't say any more than that. If you are in academia in that setting at all, then you know what a terminal degree is. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of research, a whole lot of that's been going on, but it's all been good. And like I said, I've been lurking, I've been watching, I've been keeping up to the best of my abilities. And oh, I have some thoughts, y'all. I finally have my first moment where I feel like getting on here and feel like talking in over a whole last year. It's something like that. I don't know how long it's been. Again, like I always say, YouTube is not my bread and butter. So I don't have to get up here being weird with y'all, right? I come when I please, I go when I please. But without further ado, I know that people are gonna see this title and be like, Featurism, especially, and listen, this is not to throw shade at anyone, but I am well aware of the audience of the mommy sector. Okay, I'm aware of the types of people that typically tune in, which yeah, you can kind of say we're all that type. Because, but for me, this is entertainment, right? This isn't. This is not that for me. This is I watch some of this stuff, not even all of it, some of it on occasion for entertainment, and I have my comments. Um, but I am aware of, for the most part, the type of people that tune into the mommy sector and actually look up to some of these women, or see themselves in some of these women in some way. Um, or even if you're not on that side, even if you're just a person that comes like me, for the most part, I look at some of the reactors, um, and see what they have to say, just to see where their head's at. So with that being said, I'm also aware of the type of woman that a lot of these reactors are as well. And I won't say any names in particular, but a lot of these reactors see themselves in some of these women. Um, all except a few. I know at least three. Like I'll start out with Marisa. I know Marisa don't see herself in none of these bitches at all. Um, but, right? However, comma, we know the type, right? The types that come up here and talk as if they're so much better, and then you find out that their shit is not in order. You find out that they are also one and the same. Matter of fact, they're so closely related to, by circumstance, to some of these women, you would think they were the same person. Okay, so again, I'm not going to say any names. I'm not up here to cause any reactor drama or beef or anything like that. But it is time for a call out, okay? Because I've been noticing some stuff that I've been seeing that I've always seen. I've always seen it. It's not new. Um, but I feel like I'm sick of that shit, to be honest. And people might come on here and be like, "Oh, you're a Jazzy fan." Listen, let me start out by saying I'm not a Jazzy fan. I'm not a fan of any of them. I think that in their own ways, all of these women are deplorable, trifling, raggedy. Um, whatever adjective you want to use, right? Whatever that looks like, you use it. But I'm not a fan of anybody. But as a Black woman, what I will do is I will call out some BS when I see it. Okay. And yes, there's some other things I want to talk about. Chrissy deserves to have her ass dragged all up and through these streets for the stuff that's been going on. that these reactors won't speak on. And there's a reason that a lot of these biased ass reactors won't speak on it. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So we know about colorism, right? At least majority of us know what colorism is. So colorism is basically privilege to lighter skin tones, right? Light is always right. And if you're a Black woman and you're listening to this, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you are a dark skinned Black woman or anyone that's darker than a brown paper bag. Okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Growing up, having maybe your light skinned cousin or sibling being the one that gets the attention, regardless of how their face looks, right? It's just, oh, red bone, yellow bone, whatever they call it from whatever region you're from, right? The person with the lighter skin gets the most favoritism, even from family members, right? We see it in family dynamics where the darker skinned child, whether, mostly girls, I won't say boys, because usually it's opposite. For men and boys, the darker they are, the more fetishized they are. Unfortunately, for girls and women, it's not the same. The darker you are, the more you get picked on, the more you get ostracized, the more you get called out, right, for doing things more so than your lighter skinned counterparts, guys. This is what colorism is. And I know for my women listening that know this is annoying because y'all are like, we don't need a definition. We know what this is, but I'm talking about the women who may not know. I'm talking about the brand of women who thought process goes as deep as a kiddie pool. So that's who that definition was for. Okay, so that's colorism. Featurism is similar, right? So featurism is very nuanced discrimination. So unlike colorism, um, featurism rewards those with facial features more aligned with European beauty standards, right? So for example, people with smaller noses, right? Thinner lips. So that bias often places those individuals with those kind of features on a pedestal, regardless of their skin color. And it creates a very problematic hierarchy, right? And a hierarchy, for those that don't know, are just, it's like levels, right? It's almost like a class system. You've got the people at the top, the people in the middle, and the people at the bottom. And unfortunately, in the Black community, colorism is not the only issue. Featurism is as well. And so that's what I want to get started on today. So now that we've got definitions out of the way, let's talk about how y'all get on my nerves so bad with the obvious featurism and bias when it comes to Strong Mommy Chrissy and My Jazzy Life. Okay? And the featurism is typically targeted toward My Jazzy Life. So let me explain, right? Every time I get on here, every time I see a reactor reacting, first of all, most reactors, most of y'all are only reacting on Jazzy 24/7. I'm not sure what the issue is. I understand the girl is trifling in so many ways. She is. I wholeheartedly agree. However, the way y'all stay on her head for every little thing, 24/7, no matter what, needs to be studied. And that's exactly what I plan on doing today. Not really studying it because it's not really that serious, but we really do need to break down the featurism and the bias between My Jazzy Life and Strong Mommy Chrissy. Every time I get on YouTube, no matter what, when I see a reactor and I know they're going to be talking about Jazzy, these pictures that y'all post of her with her nose 5 times bigger than what it actually is, her shoulders and her muscle tone overly exaggerated. Y'all all but have her looking like a fucking gorilla in y'all's thumbnails. Me, I don't find that shit funny at all because I feel like there are 100 things that y'all could roast Jasmine about. Y'all can talk about how slow she acts, how her low level of intellect, the way that she chooses men over her children. Whenever there is a man in the picture, she puts that man on a pedestal and her children's needs go out the window. I mean, there are a plethora of things that y'all can talk about when it comes to Jazzy. So many things. So again, don't take this as an in defense of Jasmine video. That is absolutely not what this is. This is not an in defense of her live at all. But this is simply pointing out the hypocrisy, and it's pointing out what it really is, right? So let's go back to the thumbnails, right? Let's start with depiction. Historically, Black people have always been depicted. Back in the 40s, back in the 30s, in the early film days, when the films are still in black and white, you often saw Black people depicted in blackface, right? They were in blackface, and the people that were in the blackface would overdraw their lips, right? They were over exaggerate their mouths to put emphasis on how big lipped niggers were, basically, right? If we gonna talk about history, we got to say it, right? How big lipped we were and how ridiculously black our skin was, even though we're not that dark, right? They over exaggerated our features because that was entertaining, and it was entertaining because it was demeaning, right? So when we look at the real history of how dangerous Featurism is and how long it's actually been around, it's not really a new thing. It's just that people are starting to realize and recognize it for what it is, right? So now that we've got that mini history lesson out of the way, that's what I see when y'all are posting these thumbnails of Jasmine. When y'all are posting these thumbnails of her nose 10 times bigger than what it actually is. When y'all are posting videos of her shoulders broad and with her having muscles of a damn man. Some of you even call her a man. You flat out call her a man. And again, not defending her, but as a Black woman, y'all, what are y'all doing? What the fuck? What are y'all doing? Y'all are out of pocket for a lot of the shit that y'all post. And a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with the stupid shit that she does. That's the gag. The gag is y'all will skip over the dumb things she did for the week or the things she said of the month. Y'all will skip over that to call a big black busted gorilla bitch man trans. Like, what is going on? It is so crazy. And it's even crazier because I know that there are Black women that are doing it. It's Black women that are responsible for gorillanizing and misgendering a woman that you know is not a man, a woman that you know she has 5 children, okay? And whether you think she's attractive or not, there are clearly 2 men that found her attractive enough to have a child with her. Again, that's not a flex because a man is a dime a dozen and these are ain't shit men, right? So that's not the point. That's not the point that I'm making. The point is watching other Black women engage in featurism against another one is very disappointing to see, especially when the Black woman that you're talking about has so many other flaws that you could talk about. There's so many other things that you could talk about, but y'all focus on her fucking nose and her muscles. And y'all look like white people, to be honest. If I didn't know, I know a lot the reactors and that they're Black women. But if I were a stranger, if I were a layperson that was unfamiliar with this sector and I logged in and I saw those thumbnails, I would be like, oh, these are white people. Oh my God, look at that white woman's talking about that Black lady. But then you click on the video and you realize it's another Black woman on the other end. I I am in confusion about how y'all don't see that's problematic. Right? Let's just keep it a buck. If we gonna keep it real, keep it all the way real. That's literally all y'all ever talk about. Even if I happen to wander over on LSA and go into the thread, I see some people talking about the stupid shit, but for the most part is big bell pepper, greasy nose, Jasmine, big man, big muscle man. And it's just like, what the y'all? There has got to be a different way for y'all to approach this shit with her. Because the featurism is off the charts. It is crazy and it's honestly ridiculous if we're looking at it from that point. Okay. So with all that being said, I want to move over, not kind of, I'm going to move over to the bias, right? About how y'all's featurism affects y'all's bias, right? So typically on this channel, I really made this channel to drag the fuck out of Strong Mommy Chrissy, okay? And I really made it one night for fun because I felt like, oh my God, it was a point where reactors had started flipping and they started either being in support of Chrissy straight out, or they just straight up started kissing her ass, right? They stopped talking about the real stuff. They stopped asking the real questions because either she threatened them or, what the fuck ever. They just stopped. So I said, well, I'm gonna make something and I'm gonna keep dragging her ass, right? Because to me, Chrissy is the worst of the worst out of all of them. And the reason why I say, at least out of the ones that I watch, now again, I don't engage with the other stuff. I don't really watch Peach McIntyre. I don't really watch Sky and all the other people. Like really, my purview is limited to Chrissy, Jasmine, and Olivia. Okay, so just keep that in mind too. So don't come under here. Well, what about? I don't care about what aboutism. That's not what I'm talking about. Stay on task, guys. Okay, stay on task if you can. Okay, good, wonderful. Right. So the featurism with Jasmine and Chrissy is it makes the bias is so clear, right? There are things that Chrissy does and shit that has come out about not just her, but her kids that y'all let ride. And I know why y'all let it ride because y'all think that Chrissy is attractive. Now, me personally, I don't think that. I don't find the bitch attractive at all. She's shaped like Flubber. I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie Flubber with Robin Williams. She's bad bodied as fuck. Okay. She's very unattractive. What I will give her this. I think Chrissy does her makeup very well. I think her makeup looks good. And even that might be a little bit skewed because I know that she puts like 3 filters on her face when she comes on camera. So really, we don't really know how well she does makeup. So I take half of that back. But I know before the heavy filters, I've seen her makeup without filters. And I think she does a pretty decent job doing makeup. I think actually if I'm not mistaken, in one of her blogs from a while ago, because I started following this whole thing in 2018. I believe at one point before then, she was like a makeup artist somewhere. Wasn't she working at Sephora or something, Mac or something, whatever she said? I don't know. But you know, everything that come out of her mouth is a lie. But either way, I will give her that, right? And I think that's where a lot of the bias comes into play between Jasmine and Chrissy is because Chrissy does things that are 100 times worse. Jasmine does stupid shit. She does stupid, trifling bitch shit. I'm not denying that. But Chrissy does it times 10, and she doesn't get half the flack, okay, from these reactors that Jasmine does. She doesn't get half the flack. I will repeat it again that Jasmine gets, and it's because a lot of y'all find her pretty. A lot of y'all say, "Oh, she knows how to. Oh, her wigs look good." So because somebody knows how to slap a wig on their head, and I won't even give her that because the last few wigs I've been seeing Chrissy in, they've been sitting 2 inches off her damn head. But anyway, just because somebody knows how to throw a wig on and knows how to do some makeup and blend some foundation and concealer does not make them pretty. And it definitely should not make them above reproach when it comes to the bullshit that they do. Okay. Kristen done got caught in I don't know how many lies. I don't know how many. Her child done ran away, be up under boys, don't go to school, is not graduating. Yet she can get up here and lie to y'all and tell y'all everything is the opposite of that, and y'all believe it because it's Chrissy. Because to y'all, she's attractive. Because to y'all, oh well, she takes time to do make up her face and get cute and blah 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 and come on camera, right? She does to y'all, she doesn't have a big nose, right? Oh well, her features are cuter. She's a little bit cuter. She's cuter than Jasmine. She's cuter than Jasmine, and that's what I see a lot of y'all say that too, right? Oh well, she is at least she comes and puts herself together, and it just oh my god boils my blood because I'm like in my head, what does that have to do with anything? Her putting her no putting herself together to come on camera doesn't change the fact that she's never had a stable home for any of her children. Those children do not know stability at all. They don't know stability. Those children have never lived in one spot for more than 3 years at a time. Okay, they move multiple times a year because she's irresponsible. She's so irresponsible to the point where she's running scams to get into places and then can't even keep the scam up to make sure she's paying the rent so her kids have somewhere to be stably. Chrissy's kids are the most unstable children I have ever known to exist. Yet, because she knows how to come up here and slap some makeup on her face, y'all let a lot of that shit ride, right? I will even say, even with Jasmine with her kids, even honestly, Jasmine and the other girl, what's the girl's name? Ming. their kids are more stable than Chrissy's kids. But because y'all don't like how Jasmine looks, because Jasmine's nose is a little bit too big for y'all, because she's a little bit too muscular for y'all, because she's a little bit too tall, husky, whatever you want to call her for y'all, y'all ride her ass like she's a fucking horse. And it is crazy to me to watch it happen in real time, to watch y'all rip Jasmine to shreds every day for the same shit that it not work less for the lesser things than Chrissy does. But Chrissy gets the pass. Oh, cause well, at least she look cute. Well, she come up here put together. That's featurism. Because she's cute, because you find her cute or pretty or whatever the terminology is you want to use, y'all go easy on her, right? Her eldest daughter, Chrissy's eldest daughter, Cadence, literally ran away, went missing for a whole day. And only 2 reactors touched on it. The rest of y'all said nada. Zilch, Nathaniel, nothing. Nothing. Y'all said nothing. Okay? Same daughter gets online talking about how she's done drugs, how she's tried to kill herself, how she's done this, how she's tried to do all this, la, 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 la. Nothing. Y'all said nothing. Well, by y'all, I mean the other reactors besides Marisa and Foot on Neck. And my 2 cents. Besides them, y'all said nothing. The same daughter gets online less than a year ago talking about walk when I'm sucking that thing and I got cotton mouth from smoking weed. So she made a whole TikTok about giving fellatio and doing drugs in one post, and nobody said anything besides the usuals. Again, this does not include Marisa and the other ones, but the majority of y'all ain't say shit. Right? And I love how y'all spin it as, oh, well, she's a child. Well, she's a child. Fuck that. Because when Jasmine's daughter, Kaylin, said that she was on a video, what did she say? I'm a local baddie. And she said that shit fast. And she said it in passing. And y'all didn't shut the fuck up about that. Oh, she's grown. Oh, she's this. She's that. What? That is crazy to me, the bias that goes on in this sector, and nobody ever talks about it. Again, besides the usuals. The usuals talk about it, but you majorities, y'all don't talk about it. Y'all don't address the clear bias, but what you do is you feed into it. You feed into it. Every time I get on here, it's always something about Jazz, and this is why Jazz to me is also an idiot, because as much as the reactors focus in on her and her kids, she could be making plenty of money. This could be her full-time fucking job. She could be making so much money as much as they talk about her, but she's an idiot. So we'll move on from that and go back to the main point. The point is the bias is clear. And when you really peel the layers back and you read the comments and you look at the comments on the lives and under the videos, you will see that the reason for the bias is featurism. Nothing more, nothing less. A lot of y'all are Black women, but y'all are anti-Black as hell. Y'all don't like Black features. Y'all only fuck with people or look up the people who look the way that you want to look. And it's crazy because if we could turn on the cameras on all of y'all that talk about big nose and big muscle and this and that, half of y'all, a lot of y'all probably like y'all could be kin to Jasmine. I don't think Jasmine is ugly. I think that she's average, but the majority of people are average. Nobody's walking around here looking like a model. Chrissy ass is average, below average to me, but she's also average. But again, y'all are so obsessed with people's appearance and how people make things look that you're not really looking at it for what it is. Jasmine is not worse than Chrissy. She's the same, but she's a lesser version. But y'all just don't like how she look. That's it. That's all. Y'all don't like how Jasmine looks, so y'all ride Jasmine more. And y'all give Chrissy passes on shit because you like how she looks. You think she's cute. That's it. It's as simple as that. But it's unfortunate. And I feel like the shit needs to be called out because I really get sick of seeing that shit. If you gonna drag them, drag both of them. Chrissy daughter, once again, the same daughter doing the guac. She's up here now posting about young Black Ebony making money holding ones. Like, with her tongue out. Like, and I don't know about y'all. I'm a millennial myself. I don't know about y'all, but when I hear young Black Ebony or Ebony anything in relation to describing a Black woman or girl, that to me sounds like pornography. So she gets to make posts and stuff like that, and y'all are quiet. But Kaylin says she's a local baddie, but because she's the daughter of a woman that y'all deem ugly and whose features y'all don't like, y'all rode that. Y'all rode that shit. I will never forget that. Y'all rode that child for over 2 months for saying that one thing. Even Chrissy herself, when Kaylin, some kind of way, a picture of Kaylin dancing made it to the internet. And I saw the video. The video it was not bad at all. But because it's the daughter of a woman who y'all deem ugly and y'all don't like how she looks and y'all don't like how she presents her physical, y'all rode that. Even Chrissy herself rode that. Oh, well, your child's on the internet. You need to worry about your child. Only for her child to turn around a month after that and be humping the ground, humping a little boy on the ground. And again, y'all said nothing because the mother is somebody who y'all deem attractive. But that's it. That's all I want to get up here and do a quick call out. Y'all really need to check y'all's bias at the fucking door. The shit is ridiculous. Both of them are trifling ass mothers in their own way. One more so than the other. But again, y'all like how the other one looks, so you let it ride. So I just wanted to call that out. Don't know how many views this will get. Don't really care. But I just felt like it needed to be said. If you're going to be a reactor and you're going to react, you need to react. Damn how people look. Get over it. Jasmine is black. She's black. She's going to have a big nose. Majority of black people have big noses. Y'all probably got sisters that have big noses, brothers with big noses. Y'all mammies probably got big noses. Y'all kids probably got bigger noses. We are black. Stop the featurism. Stop the bias. If you're going to react on the trash that these mothers are, react on the trash that they are and do it fairly and do it proportionately. I'm so goddamn tired of getting on here and every one of you reactors, y'all know who y'all are, have the same thumbnails. Jasmine in some form of a man, nose 20 times bigger than it is. Stop it. Stop it. It's to the point where even when there's something positive going on with Jasmine, y'all can't even acknowledge that. Even when the girl was losing weight and had actually she actually had looked good. She looked great. I even think now, I don't think her body looks bad now. She was an athlete. Most athletes have muscle memory like that. Most athletes are built muscular because they play sports. Jasmine played basketball for a number of years and still does. She still looks pretty good at it, to be honest. Right? Her body doesn't look bad. To me, Chrissy looks like a blob. But y'all will hype her ass up and, oh, that body T looking good. Body T pot. Yes. Body T? No. Chrissy does not have a shape. She's a blob, literally. But because y'all like how she looks, y'all let it ride. But if Jasmine comes up here with her very athletic shape, I think she's shaped way better than Chrissy because she has a shape, right? Her build is a problem because y'all don't like how she looks. And even with her build, even majority of black people tend to be more muscular than other races. So it's a shame that y'all see this woman, right, who's an athlete, who does have these muscles, and y'all take it and twist it into, oh, she's a man. That's why she looked like a man. It's crazy. It's crazy to see it. And if y'all that are on here viewing this don't believe me, go to every popular reactor channel. Let me just say names. I don't give a damn. Fran, TMR, all of them. Go to all of those. What's her name? Planet Mimi, even, right? No shade there, but look at all her thumbnails that include stories about Jasmine. Go look at them for yourself. I'm not making this shit up. It's crazy to see it in real time. It's absolutely crazy to see. Okay, so that's that. I'm not going to take too much more time on this because I know a lot of y'all will probably come over here with thought processes as deep as a kiddie pool and you probably won't even be able to process the first 5 minutes of what I said anyway. So if it resonates, if it makes sense, leave a comment. If it doesn't, also leave a comment or don't. I don't care. But yeah, that's all I want to come up here and say. Point out the hypocrisy, point out the differences. The clear differences between the criticisms of these two women. When honestly, they're both one and the same. They're two peas in a pod. There's a reason why they have an on and off friendship, right? Your friendships and your relationships, I strongly believe that your friendships and your relationships are a huge reflection of who you are at your core as a person. I'm a strong believer in that. So Chrissy and Jasmine hang up under each other because they're one and the fucking same. Chrissy is just exponentially worse. But again, the reactions are disproportionate to what's actually going on. I'll just say that. All right. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all day. Black women, I hope y'all, you know what? Actually, no, I'm not done. I also wanted to add on this featurism shit that y'all do with Jasmine too. This is what opens the door for these white bitches to come up here and be racist, i.e., Liv's mama. What was that other girl that Chris was with? His baby mama, Medusa. I think that's her name. That's what leaves the door open for bitches like that to come in the sector and sit up here and call Jasmine big slime and big black and this and it. Like, how dare y'all sit up there and laugh with those women when they're talking about the features of another black person? They might as well get up here and say nigga, 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 nigga. And y'all can't get mad because guess what? Y'all opened the door for that shit. Y'all started it. I'll never forget when that Medusa, whatever her face, and no, not even her, Liv, when Liv was being colorist and featurist, and how all the reactors wanted to just pile on and, oh, Liv is a racist, and Liv, you know, you're talking about dark-skinned people. And it was, I just laughed. I laughed at y'all because y'all sound like clowns. Because I'm like, I know y'all not getting upset with this mixed white lady for being colorist and featurist when y'all do it every fucking day. And that's why she does it, because she knows there's black women somewhere that actually hate themselves and hate how they look and love how she looks. Because believe it or not, yes, there are people that find Liv to be pretty. They find her to be cute because she's light skinned with colored eyes and all these kind of things. And when she says it, y'all, she's just so colorist. Okay, well then what does that make you? You're a black woman and you sit up here talking about people's big noses and big muscles all day of another black woman, and then get mad when white women come up here and say the same thing. You got the audacity to get mad. I will say this to you. The next time Medusa or Liv's white ass gets their ass up here talking about black skin and black features and y'all are just jealous because y'all are dark skinned, don't get mad. Check yourself first. Remind yourself that you sit up here every day talking about a black woman's big nose. Good day. Have a great day, y'all.